Okay, so we'll continue from where I stopped in the last video. So we're going to read in E basically because we want to take out the initial stack element that we initiated. So that's why we have this E over here. So from the diagram, once we have E and the top of stack is the introduced initial top of stack element, what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to pop it out. So even this initial top of stack element that we introduced at this point, we're popping it out at this point. So once we do that, what I'm going to have, we're going to have empty stack once again. Empty stack. So once we have the empty stack, where we're going to state Q4. And that is it. We finished our pushdown automation. So this is the transition diagram for the pushdown automation, and here is the transition diagram. This transition diagram, here is the transition table for the pushdown automation. Now this is the general. This is all. This is for your understanding. There's no way you go and you display this as a pushdown automation and nobody will question it. But for JFlap, there's a little bit of difference. But before I go into JFlap, the design we've done just now, we have to give a formal description. So of course, we have Q, which has the number of the various states. Now the input element, don't forget that this E, this empty element, wasn't actually part of the alphabets that we have here. But it is a rule in the pushdown automator that you should always be prepared to pass an empty string, because you would always need, for example, when we're initiating the initial stack element, here you can look at it. When we're initiating it and when we're removing it out, we needed the E. That's why E is always important. Now, our stack symbol. Don't forget again that this dollar sign wasn't part of our stack symbol, but we needed it to initiate the stack, to know when the stack started and to know when we've emptied the stack. So that's why this is important. So this is at the stack element. Of course, our initial state is Q1. I is the initial stack top symbol, which is dollar sign, like I explained to you the other time. If you look at this point, when I was showing it to you, you can see that I is the initial stack symbol, and I is always a part of S. So that's why it has to be part of it. Then F is the accepting state, which is Q4. Then row is the transition table, and this is what is shown earlier on. But it's good that you understand all of this, but because of design constraints, JFlap kind of tilted it a little. They made it simpler for you students to be able to use the application. What I'm going to do is that the same string, the same language, not the same string, the same language, which is this. I'm going to implement it in JFlap for you guys to see, so you guys can see how to implement a pushdown automation in JFlap. So let's go back to our JFlap. Actually, I'm going to need a new. So I'm going to select pushdown automation in JFlap. So once you click on pushdown automation, I'm going to ask you, do you need multiple character input or input character input? As a matter of fact, I've not been able to see the difference between the two anyway. So just select multiple. I've tried to see what do they mean by multiple character input and single character input, but I've not been able to find the difference. Okay. All right. Let's start. Let's continue. You guys have a visitor here, so don't worry. Let's continue. You can't see the visitor. All right. Let's start. Q. Let's start. Q. Now let's see this. This is where the difference actually lies. In JFlap, the first thing you have is the read. You check it. This is the read. Then this is the pop, and this is the push. Now they made it easy for you in the sense that you don't always have to read the top of this you don't have to read the top of the stack. You don't have to read the top of the stack, but you must read the input element. But that's just for JFlap, like I explained. That's why I actually made sure I went through the initial conventional, generally accepted Pushdown automation. But for JFlap, this was stepped down so that you don't have to read the top of the stack for just for design, just for you to understand. But this is not the full Pushdown automata. So, but let's continue. Now, again, there's another thing I need to tell you guys. JFlap made it so that you don't need to initiate this part, the initial stack symbol. You don't need to do it. JFlap automatically initiates the initial stack symbol for you. They use Z. If you are reading some other textbook, as a matter of fact, some people use lambda, some people use